Therefore, so to the ZMP, we participate a bit to the summer school in Zagreb in tutoring the PBL. And we also send like one master student, one PhD student at that time, and for the summer school in Assen, two PhD students. There, we did not participate in the courses because we participated in the courses in creation in the work package 5, but we had a contribution in the PBL for this work package 3. And the objective of this work package, of this PBL, which is a quite long PBL in that case, because it can be organized over at least 10 days or 2 full weeks of courses, but of course it can be organized in different ways. And it's based on the tragic accident of Lac-Mégantic that happened 10 years ago in Quebec, Canada, and with like a big train disaster that released a lot of contaminants in the ecosystems. And the idea of that is to look about what are the environmental impacts of this accident, and also what are the effects of cocktail of contaminants. That's also the aim of this, what are the effects of this mixture of several compounds there. Ideally, or it could be done individually, actually in this case study, but ideally, as quite a big workload, it's better to work in group on that aspect, like 4 or 5 students. And so the plot is like students have to work as scientists working in a research lab investigating the impact of these accidents, which is like 7 days after the accident, or alternatively, they could be like scientists working in a consulting company, which especially, I will talk a bit later about how you can evolve and make some evolution of this PBL. If you want to include pricing in that, the pricing of analysis, it could be interesting to for them to play as consulting company. And at the end of that, they need to provide an investigation report. Usually we ask at least 25 pages on that investigation report, and or doing a defense of this. Well, the learning.com, actually, a lot of them, I will not go through that. And actually what they have to look about a lot of information by themselves, looking on the internet, what was the composition of the oil, because it was oil tankers there, big smoke were produced, what type of pollutant can be released in the fire of hydrocarbons. Also a lot of houses and buildings burn, so what can be produced in this type of pollutants. And they have to look about a lot of information about the weather, site topography, a lot of information to understand exactly what happened there. And that's the first step. And the second step, they need the ideas for them to ask for chemical analysis on this area. And we allow them to have, as you can see, a lot of sampling sites for water, for air and soil pollution. So the students, they have basically like 400 possibilities. They need only to select 40 analysis, so they need to make choices on that. And they ask, they have a request, they ask the professor for information, and there is a document, of course, on the document that will be linked with this case study. There is a document with all the data about this, the contaminants on these sites, and so the professor just provides to the students only the information they request. Based on that, they make some conclusion about the exposure of organisms on these sites. And then they move to a second investigation, which link really to our topics like toxicology, toxicology, and the idea is to use tools like bioindicators, biomarkers, and bioaccumulation in order to look about the impact this time of these accidents. So they do that in several steps. They do the same things, asking for biomarkers, bioindicators, bioaccumulation thing in species, air products, plants, for example, in all this. So that's there is a video. I did a video to explain how to use it for the trainers, how to use this, how to perform this PBL. There's some documents for the students and document for the teachers as well. And also, I suggest some type of organization if you want to organize it, which is basically like 2 weeks, 2 ECTS of work and 1 ECTS for the report and evaluation. As I said, there are some possibility of evolution of that, like especially if you want to include financial aspects. So you can, instead of putting a limit of number of analysis, you can make a limit of budget or you can ask the students to make a proposal of budget, and they need to make a very good ratio, a proposal about cost efficiency ratio. And so you can also evaluate this cost efficiency proposal. So that's another way to evaluate that. So when I'm doing this type of things, for example, I'm inviting people from consulting company to evaluate the proposal of the students, so they can really get the feedback from a professional from the field. Of course, you can apply the same type of philosophy on a different type of accident, but it's quite complicated because it's very difficult to get all the data on this, but still it's possible. And also, what can be added more, and you can also perform human risk assessment because you have all the data of the contamination in the different matrix, so like in air, water, soil, so you can also perform human risk assessment on that in addition, or instead of doing the environmental risk assessment. So yeah, that's it for this very long PDM. I don't know if there are some questions for the three of us. Okay. All right. So, one question here.
Thank you.